In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the crankshaft position sensor on this BMW 328i. This is going to be located underneath the starter motor on the engine. Let's get into it. In the trunk on the right side, you're going to see a panel right here. We need to remove that. There's a wing nut at the top. Just twist that to the left. This panel comes right out. Now disconnect the negative terminal. Use a 10mm socket. Loosen this up. Grab that. Take that off. Just tuck it out of the way. We're going to remove this cover. Use a 8mm socket. There's screws here. There should be a couple here. They're missing on this vehicle. And then on the other side. Take these out. Now grab the cover, pull it out. On the side there's covers. You just want to pop the retainers off. Those come right out. Some clips. Take this one off as well. Now there's some sensors on the side. This one you just pull the retainer up. And there's another retainer. If you follow the wire back, pull that up out of the way. And this one we're just going to twist it, pull that out. Then there's a retainer over here. Pull that retainer up, just like that. Pull that out of the way. And on the passenger side, there's a retainer holding a hose right here. Just pull that off out of the way. And using a 8mm socket, we're gonna loosen this screw. Take that out. And do the same on the other side. Pull that out. We're gonna remove this weather strip. Just grab that. And just pull that forward, pull that off. Now this cover right here has some retainers back here. Just take a pocket screwdriver. There's some tabs. You just want to push on the tabs in the middle. This one, the pieces are broken, but you're pushing on those tabs. Pull this out. And then there's some wires under here. Just want to grab that, pull those forward. There might be some clips holding that in. Use a straight blade screwdriver and just push down on the clips. Push that out of the way. Grab this panel, pull it off, and out of the way. There's a cover right here. Use a straight blade screwdriver. Just twist the cover to the left. And that comes right out. Now we're going to use a E18 socket. We're going to loosen this bolt. Just loosen that up. We don't have to take it out, just loosen it. Now use a E14 socket. Take this bolt out. Now grab the bar, slide that out. We're going to take this cover off. Just going to use a pocket screwdriver and just get underneath here. Just release the clips. There you go. Separate the cover, pull this wire out. We can bungee cord these out of the way. Take this one off as well. Just do the best you can, trying to get these out of the way. And we're going to take these screws out for the cover. Use a 5mm hex socket. And there should be two bolts back here. This one is missing on this one. And then this one has a 10mm socket that we're going to use. But it should be a 5mm hex that you use for this one as well. Now grab the cover and pull it straight up. Use an E14 socket, remove this bolt. Grab the bar, slide that out. We're going to take these two screws out, use a T20 socket. Take those out. And just grab this intake tube. And then under here, there's some clips. Just use a straight blade screwdriver, pop that off. And we're going to disconnect the mass airflow sensor. I'm just going to use a pick, get underneath the little lock tab right there, and disconnect the connector. There we go. That's good. Now where this air duct is, I'm going to use a 6mm socket, loosen up this worm clamp. Good right there. That's just going to be loose. If you can pull that off now, you can try that. Or you can pull it off later once we go to pull the box up. Take these two bolts out, use a 10mm socket. Grab the air box and just separate it from that tube. And pull that out. We'll take off this air duct, use a 6mm socket, and loosen up this clamp right here on the throttle body. Grab that, pull that off out of the way. Just to make it easier, I'm going to take the reservoir for the power steering pump, take that out of the way. Use a 10mm socket, take these two nuts off. Grab the reservoir, slide that up. Just move this out of the way. Some wires right here. You can pull the retainers up, take those out of the bracket, pull those out of the way. You can see this connector right here for the map sensor. Push down the terminal, pop that off out of the way. And there's another wire. It's attached. You want to pull that out of the bracket and just get these as far over as possible. You can use another bungee cord if you need to. Disconnect the connector for the throttle body. Just push on the tab. Slide that off. There's two connectors right here. There was nothing connected to them. If your vehicle has something connected, you want to disconnect those. Using a pick, just slide the lock tab in the middle and then push that down. Push those out of the way. Underneath there's a bracket, and you're going to take these bolts out. Use a T30 socket. Take that bolt out. It's loose. And on the other side, you're going to do the same. T30 socket. There it is. All right, got the bolt. Now you can see these wires underneath here are loose. They're separated from the manifold. Now disconnect the connectors for the O2 sensors. Just push down on the tab. Give it a little wiggle. the wires out because those are going to go through the manifold. Same on the other one. Pull this wire out. Okay. You push those in there if it makes it easier. Now disconnect the connector right here. Just push down on the tab. We just don't want it in our way. Just set that aside. It's for the oil pressure sensor. There's a bracket right here that connects to the fuel line. Use a T25 socket. Take this screw out. Take that out. Then if you follow the fuel line down, there is a bracket. It's just a plastic clip. You want to pop the line out of that clip. You might need a straight blade screwdriver. It's kind of hard to see. Just feel around for it and separate that so that's loose. We're going to try to prevent having to disconnect the fuel just so we don't make a mess. And just work around it. It'll be a little easier. Now follow this tube back and there's a connector right here. You want to disconnect that. There's two tabs on the side. You can push on those to try to release it. Sometimes it's easier to just use a pick. Just get underneath where it's connected on and just pull it out. There we go, pop it out. So if you can squeeze these two together, just like that, it's a little tricky. Or you just get under there with the pick, pop that off, and then pop the bottom one off as well. Now disconnect this line, just squeeze on these two tabs, pop that off. And disconnect the retainer right here, just using a straight blade screwdriver. And over here, just push down on the release. And just take that tube out of the way. Now we're going to take the nuts out for the intake and the bolts. We're going to use an 11mm socket. Just going to remove the nuts first. Just try not to drop them. And we'll take the bolts out. All right, that's all the bolts. Now grab the intake and pull it up. Slide it out a little bit. Down here there's a connector. You can just use a straight blade screwdriver. Just get under the lock tab, disconnect that. And underneath you can see there's a tube right here going next to where the throttle body goes in. I'm just going to use a pick just to release it. If you can try to squeeze the release tabs, you might be able to do it. There we go. Pop that off. Grab the intake, and it comes right out. Now we're going to disconnect the connector. I'm just going to use a pick and release the lock tab on the back side. You just got to get underneath it. You can't really see it. Just got to feel for it. And disconnect the connector. Pull that out. Goes right under there. Using a E10 socket, take this screw out. I have to work around the wire a little bit. There we go. Pull that screw out, and you're going to want to replace this with a new one using some needle nose pliers. I'm just going to grab the sensor, work it back and forth a little bit, and it comes right out. Now I take the crank sensor, line it up, and you want to push it in place. You can put a little lubrication on the O-ring, some O-ring lubrication, some dielectric grease, help it get lined up a little easier. All right, that's lined up. Now, take the new bolt, get that started. And you're going to torque that bolt to 26 inch-pounds and then go an additional 90 degrees. Now, take the connector, line it up, and plug it in. Now I'm going to take a rag, a little brake parts cleaner, and just clean the area around where the gasket's going to sit. Just wipe these all down. Try not to get any dirt or debris into the intake runners or the intake ports. I'm going to take the intake, slide this pipe. This is going to go underneath that fuel line right there. But before we go any further, we have some things to connect. Now take that pipe underneath, get this lined up. And lock that in place. Push that on, and then the connector, line that up, connect the connector, and take this harness, pull that through. Make sure you go under the fuel line. Lined up on the studs, that looks good. Make sure everything else looks okay. Put the nuts on. And get the bolts started. Now snug these down. Now going from the center, working my way out, I'm going to torque these bolts and nuts to 11 foot-pounds. There we go. Now underneath, we want to get this bracket lined up. Take the bolts, get those started, get that lined up. Snug that down and do the same on the other side. Now these wires right here, I'll line these back up. Slide that in place, that's good. Down at the throttle body, take the connector, connect the throttle body. Take these wires off right here, can move these in position. Slide that into that bracket. You have this map sensor connector, we're just gonna go around the other wire, connect that after, push that on that bracket, and just push that wire into the retainer there, that's good. I'll take the map sensor connector, line that up, lock that in place. Now the fuel line, there's a retainer down below. It's not something you can see, just get that line in there properly. And then this bracket is going to go right there. And take the screw, goes there. Tighten that down. Snug that down. And these two connectors for the O2 sensors. Get these lined up in the bracket over here. You connect the connectors, lock those down. We'll go under there. Good. And this hose in the back, I'm going to line that up with the back side of the valve cover, lock that in place. Now take the power steering reservoir, get that lined up, put the washers on, and the two nuts. Tighten these down. Now the vacuum hose, push that in place, lock it in the retainer, and then over here, secure that hose. Now take this intake tube, line this up. It's lined up there. You can get the clamp lined up so it's easier to tighten it down right there. I'll tighten this down. Snug that down. And find this connector. You want to just pull this up and over the pipe just to get that ready. That's for the mass airflow sensor, MAF. Now take the box, get this lined up. Now tighten down the clamp. Good. Snug that down. Connect the connector for the mass airflow sensor. Lock that down. Now take these two screws, get those started. Now we're going to connect this air duct up front. It's going to go to the air box. Line that up. And take these screws. Screw those in. Snug those down. Now take this bar. Line this up underneath. You can loosen up this bolt if you need to, but you should be able to get it to line up in there. It's lined up there. Take that bolt and we'll tighten that down. Snug that down. Now take the connector for the oil pressure sensor and plug it in. I'll take the engine cover, get that in place, and get the bolts started. There should be another one down there. Put those bolts in. Now tighten these down. Take the bungee cord off. And this bar, slide that in position. All right, that's good. I'll tighten that down. Snug that down. Now I'll tighten this bolt down. Snug that down. Now this cover. Put the cables through. And you can make adjustments later if you need to. Take this cover, get this lined up. And lock that down. Now take this cover, slide this in place. Yeah, put the screw in. Snug that down. Do the same on the other side. And the side cover. Get this lined up. Clip that down. And put this cover on. That lined up. Any of the sensors on the side. Get that clipped in place. And on the other side, clip those in place. And the weather strip. Get that lined up. Push that on. All the way across. And I take these wires, retainers, and clip these in place. This one's broken a little bit. And I take this cover, line this up, and twist it in place. And take this cover, line this up, get the bolt started. And 2 front bolts. And 2 on the sides. And tighten these all down. Grab the negative terminal. Attach that to the battery. We'll snug that down. Give it a wiggle. Make sure that's tight. It's good. Yeah, I'll take the cover. Get that lined up down below first. Just tip it in. And then twist the wing nut. And you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.